Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 3 of my Atlanta United series. Now today's episode, it's going to be against a sort of familiar opponent, and that is Orlando City. Of course, I have previously done an MLS save where I sort of tried to take a fresh expansion team, being Orlando, and tried to turn them into a bit of a dynasty. It went pretty well. It wasn't great. It had its ups and downs throughout the series. But yeah, I'm going to be versing them today. They're not doing too well. As you can see, currently they're coming 8th in our Eastern Conference, and we are coming 1st. Of course, as you can see, we've won 13 games, drawn 3, lost 1, which essentially means that since the last episode, we've been unbeaten, which is great. We'll get into the fixtures here really quickly. Of course, the previous episode was the 2-0 victory over Sporting Kansas City. We followed that up with a 1-0 victory over today's opponents, Orlando. Gressel getting the only goal of that game in the 86th minute. We then could only manage a 1-1 draw against New York at home. Gonzalo Martinez getting our goal before they got an equaliser in the 50th minute. We then versed New England away from home. They opened the scoring through Scott Caldwell. And then Ezekiel Barco managed to put away a penalty. We then destroyed Philadelphia Union. 4-0 victory. Joseph Martinez with a hat-trick. And Perez with a goal in the 71st minute. We then went into the US Cup 4th round against Portland 2, which is Portland Timbers' second team. Like their reserve team, essentially. Beat them 5-0. Villalba with a brace. Pogba with a brace as well. And then Perez popping up with another goal. We then returned to MLS action. Managed a 4-2 away victory against New York City. Escobar with a brace there in right back, or in the right back position. Gressel and Breck Shea also getting a late goal. We then absolutely smashed Columbus Crew. 4-0 victory away from home. Nagbe, Bello, Escobar, and Joseph Martinez on the score sheet. Then came the 5th round of the US Open Cup. And we managed to beat Charlotte Independence 5-2. Obviously, in these cup games, I've been playing a lot of reserve players, or the backup players that don't really get a lot of first-team football. Hence why we conceded a couple of goals. We had Redding in the centre of defence. And yeah, he was found a little bit wanting at certain times. But yeah, Breck Shea opened the scoring with a penalty. Pogba then got a brace for himself, as well as Joseph Martinez. And the final game just played was a 3-1 victory over Portland Timbers. Again, opened the scoring with a penalty. Barco putting that one away. And then we had Nagbe also on the score sheet. And then right on the stroke of half-time, Joseph Martinez gets sent off with a straight red card. And then just after half-time, Portland get their player sent off with 2 yellow cards. And then, yeah, we managed to go 3-0 up at that stage through a Gonzalo Martinez goal. And they got one back about 5 minutes later. So yeah, things are going pretty well in terms of the recent results. I think at the moment we're in our best winning streak. Yeah. I think, 7 games? 6 games. Yeah, I think it was 6 games, actually. It was somewhere down here. Anyway, not really that important. The form is great, and hopefully it'll continue into this game. Let's go over the starting lineup for today's game. Unfortunately, we will be without Joseph Martinez, or Martinez. Not really too sure how you pronounce it. I hear a lot of people pronouncing it one of those 2 ways. But anyway, he's going to miss out with suspension. And unfortunately, we're going to have to put Villalba up front. Not a natural striker, but he's got bucket loads of pace. Good finishing, so hopefully he'll do a decent job up front for us. In goals, we're going to go with Guzan. Escobar is going to be the right back. Perez and Pogba will be the 2 centre-halves today. And then Bello will be starting at left back. Laurentowicz still just keeping Remedi out of the first team at the moment. His pace is dropping pretty drastically at the moment, but he's a solid defensive midfielder, which is exactly what we want at this sort of level, despite his age being 34. We're then going to go with Barker on the right wing, Martinez on the left wing, Gressel and Nagbe will be the two centre mids today, and like I mentioned, Villalba will be up front. The bench today is going to be Can, Redding, Shea, Remedi, Goslin, Kisaveta, who is a new signing. He was a free transfer, and we brought him in just as a backup. We don't really have a right back, so I wanted to sign a right back, but there wasn't really anyone out there. I mean, he doesn't really have the defensive stats for a right back. He's essentially a right winger. He's got good pace though, good offensive stats, so I signed him 1.3k per week back up. We got him on a 3-year contract. He's already wanted by Sporting Kansas City, so I felt like that was a pretty good signing, and I'm glad we made it. He hasn't really played at all, so yeah. He makes the bench today. And the final player on the bench is going to be Williams. Let's get into it. As you can see, Kisaveta doesn't even have a squad number yet, so who knows, he might make his debut here today. It's going to tell the boys to, keep the run going. I expect them to keep it going and get the win here today. Obviously, Orlando not really doing the best at the moment in our conference, coming 8th, which I think is probably not really a fair result, as Bello might be offside. He put the ball in the back of the net, but I'm pretty sure he was offside. Yeah, clear offside apparently. A little bit frustrating there not to have the opening goal, especially for the young 16-year-old. Chipped in with a goal or two, I think, which is pretty good. I'm impressed with it. And Pogba's been a standout player, to be honest. Especially, I know he was a decent left back, but he's been playing centre back and he's been dominant in the left centre back position. So, very happy with his contribution to the team. Not a great cross there from Nagbe. Gressel's been a little bit underperforming in terms of sort of the expectation I had with him. I thought he might be doing a little bit better. Anyway, Nagbe can't get his shot off, blocked by the defender. Escobar plays it back. Laurentowicz, Nagbe again. Their goalkeeper's coming up with some pretty good saves. He's also on a knock. He's received a knock. And that should be a free kick. Let's see what we can do with it, eh? Should be Gonzalo Martinez to take it. Pity Martinez, as he's commonly known as, despite it not being in the game. Anyway, we're obviously with a much better team between the two so far. I mean, Orlando haven't even had a shot yet, so just got to find the breakthrough as Pogba once again puts it over the bar off the corner. Got a free kick here. I mean, their goalkeeper is playing out of his skin at the moment. He's literally just coming up with saves left, right and centre. Another corner, and the goalkeeper claims it. Cropper. He's on a 7.4 after that first half. And we've had 21 shots with 10 on target, and we have not scored a goal. I'm not happy. I mean, we should at least be 1 or 2 up, in my opinion. I mean, we were essentially 1-0 up at the start of the game. We just can't put the ball in the back of the net. I mean, not having Joseph Martinez is probably, making us a little bit weaker in terms of our finishing and goal scoring. I think I'm going to take Villalba off. Bring Williams on. He's not match fit, but again, there's nothing I can really do. We'll also bring on Remedi for Gressel. And let's just hope that, we can do something. But it's not looking good at the moment, as Bello picks up a yellow card. A 0-0 draw when we've dominated this much would be a very, unjust result. And I'm hoping that we can snatch it late. That'd be great. Even though we definitely deserve it. Could be one of those games where Orlando get a counter-attack and with their first shot on target, they could score. It's happened before. Typical Football Manager BS, I like to call it. Remedi, I thought that was going in. Anyway, I'm going to tell the boys to push forward. Hopefully that shout will do something. Some of them are motivated. Some of them are frustrated. As am I at the moment. Orlando, are they going to finish the game without a shot? I feel like they are. And the game's going to finish 0-0. Come on, boys. Come on, Nagby. Have a shot, son. Over the bar. Keep it down, mate. Keep it down. Remedi, it should be full time. Can we have one more opportunity? No, we can't. Oh my god. 33 shots. 13 on target. And we did not score a goal. And Orlando literally had nothing going forward. No shots on target. Their goalkeeper picks up a 7.6 Player of the Match award as well. And he had a knock as well. He was essentially injured. Well, that's not really what I expected going into this game. Their goalkeeper's, he's not great. He's kind of average. I would say he's pretty average. Anyway, I don't really know what else to say, guys. A pretty disappointing result in the end there. In terms of the supporter shield, let's have a little look as to where we currently sit. I'd say we're pretty comfortable at the moment. Sporting, Kansas City, and Seattle have games in hand. Seattle actually has 3 games in hand. So they could come up to about 40 points if they win those, which would only be 3 behind us. And then SKC, if they win their game in hand, would go up to 35, which is 8 behind. So Seattle probably look the more dangerous of the teams in terms of them and SKC. So it's going to be interesting. The next episode shouldn't be too far away. I'm thinking about doing I think it was the Columbus home game. Hopefully, we go far in the cup as well. We are actually versing Columbus in the quarterfinal. So hopefully after then, we will know if we're into the semi-final or not. Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. If you could drop a like on the video, it'd be much appreciated. Subscribe as well if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell, and that should hopefully keep you up to date with all these episodes coming out in the future. And apart from that, take it easy, and goodbye.